or second unit syllabus. I have already uploaded the notes and model. Can you all check? Have anybody checked? Yes, Nalini. Have you checked, ma? I didn't get you.
Yes, ma'am, we checked it.
Yeah. So still, if you wanna like the PPTs, then I will upload. And about the lab experiments, I have extended the dates. That means modified the deadline of the submission of all the experiments. So don't worry about all this, but take some time and do it properly. That's it. And let us go through the notes. Whatever we have uploaded, that I'll just show you here. Students, this is the terminology. Already you know very well about all of this. And the example, integrity constraints are of many domain constraints, key constraints, and general constraints. Okay. And coming to this, as we have here the concept integrity constraints, we have just checked only some of the integrity constraints. Like I have already told you, right? See, even table constraints also we can say, and at the last, if you specify like any of the attribute as key constraint, then that is called as a table constraint. If you specify whenever you declared a attribute, okay, in the creation of the table, then that is called as a domain constraint. Coming to the key constraint, మనకి తెలిసిందల్లా ఒకటే, like I mean maybe sorry, two అయితే only primary key, foreign key. Okay, along with these two we have some more like not null key constraint and unique key constraint and check. Okay, but we have to know about the super key and candidate key. Okay, we have to know the difference even, because you cannot even understand if you go directly into the theory. For this, I will give you the examples. Let me share the whiteboard. So we'll take the same example. We'll generally take every time the example as student table. No? So we'll take the same example, student table, with the attributes student serial number and student roll number and student, what else? Student name. Okay, student email ID and any other. Okay, student Aadhaar number. So difference between super key and if you know this, then it will be easy for you to understand. Because I can say this is the subset of the super key. Okay, how I'll tell you. Super key is whatever it is, a key it named as which is used to uniquely identify the records in the table. Suppose there were 6 and so on records are there. Now tell me students, why every time we should take the student registered number as a primary key? Why not student email ID is a primary key? See, it is nothing but this set, the super key, it's nothing but it used to gives us the information of the unique records, okay, with the like combination of the attributes. Maybe a single serial number also, which will be unique only. Okay, maybe it identifies the records uniquely. So it is also one of the super key, and I can say student registered number, and I can also say that student serial number, comma name, okay, and student roll number, అంటే different types of combinations తో కూడా we can easily identify the unique records. So name, yeah, even I choose the both the two attribute values also, I'll get the record uniquely. And even I can say student roll number, name, Aadhaar number. Yes, with the help of 3 attributes at a time also, I can even get the unique records. So in this way, the super key is defined. So ఎన్ని కాంబినేషన్స్ తో మనకి ఒక రికార్డ్ ని మనం యూనిక్ గా ఉన్నదా లేదా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయడానికి. సో దేర్ వర్ మెనీ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ కీస్ హియర్. And among all these, see here, how many we got? Suppose 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. We'll get many, but I wrote here 5 only. So among all these 5, the minimal set of super key is called as a candidate key. The minimal set of super key ante super key lo minimal set enti? Suppose this one is a minimal and this one is a minimal. Compared to this, all these 4 are minimal, and compared to all these 4, these 2 are minimal. So I can say minimal set of super key is called as a candidate key. అంటే నీకు ఒకే ఒక సింగిల్ అట్రిబ్యూట్ తోనే నువ్వు ఒక రికార్డ్ ని we can easily identify the record uniquely. Okay, with the help of only one attribute. మీ ఇష్టం అంతెందుకు. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, రోల్ నెంబర్ 1, సపోజ్ మేబీ హిస్ నేమ్ ఇస్ A. ఓకే, ఎస్, వీడనే see this person will be only one. Okay, if I know these details, I'll get his record complete. Okay, along with all details. So alaina I'll get the data, or else with this also I'll get the data. But candidate key ఏంటంటే the minimal set of super keys are candidate keys. సో అన్నిటితోనే మనం కంపేర్ చేస్తే దీస్ ఆర్ ద మినిమల్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ మరి మీరు సింగిల్ అట్రిబ్యూట్ తీసుకొని యూనిక్ గా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చు అన్నారు కదా. సో వై డోంట్ వి ఇన్ ద సూపర్ కీ వై డోంట్ వి టేక్ as a name separately? Is name which will gives us the unique record? No, maybe the duplicate names will be there, the redundant names, maybe for 4 also maybe the name is same. So that is what will not even consider as a super key also. This one super key lo kuda it should identify the record uniquely. So ennaithe మీరు that you have defined here, among all those, which one is minimal, that can be called as a candidate key. Andike okkati, you just remember candidate key. And among these two, will generally prefer like student registered number is a primary key. Then what about this? How many of the like key attributes are there in the candidate set? Okay, among all those, we'll select only one as a primary key, and the rest of the candidate keys will be like alternate keys. Understand? Or do you got any doubts? If the concept is not clear, you can ping me. I'll repeat one more time. Yadav, Nalini, Abhishek. Okay. You don't have any doubt regarding primary key, kada? So any number of primary keys unte chala mi ante we are choosing student registered number as a primary key. Okay, you are choosing one key as a primary key from the candidate keys. Okay, at first manki concept ekkadante first we should know what happened. First we should know about super key and then candidate key and then primary key and then alternate key. So first of all, man any number of combination with what number of attribute combination do we'll get the unique records? Ante naku student registered number tonu I'll get the unique record. Chudandi, I'm writing down here super key which will define all the key attributes, okay, which are used to identify the records uniquely. So see, is student serial number values are repeated? No. So it can be also a primary key. So student serial number ante oka key attribute adi kuda. I'm not saying that it is a primary key. Okay, sorry. So I all possibility unna attribute combinations anni kuda I'll just write down here because see, and student registered number, with this also I can able to identify the record uniquely. And can we able to write down here student name separate? Student okka name teliste can we able to identify the that person record? No, because the redundant values will be exist. So we cannot write down here. Only key attributes maatrame raayandamma. Okay, malli meeku doubt vastundi kada. I'll tell you then. Okay. Suppose there was a table. Suppose Suppose there was a table like student register number లేదు. Okay. Name, Aadhaar number, phone number. If there was a person or let it be person or student table. So among these attributes, okay, what attribute can be a primary key? ఇంకా మీకు డౌట్ ఉంటే let me see. Student age. Suppose ఈ 3 attributes ఉన్నాయి. So a single student name we cannot say with this. Okay, this cannot be act as a key attribute. This alone cannot act as a key attribute. And coming to this Aadhaar, we can say it is a unique one, but it has some null values because we cannot say that all the persons had Aadhaar. Maybe if they had some issues, okay, so like that they might not had the Aadhaar card. So you cannot make this one is also a alone also a key attribute. I'm not saying about the primary key. I'm just talking about the key attributes. Okay, and student is no, we cannot even say, the values will be redundant. So if we consider all the 3 attributes here, or is the 2 attributes, student name and Aadhaar, okay, can be act as a primary key. Okay, with the help of 2 we can make a key attribute. Okay, here we are writing almost all the possible key attributes here. The set of all possible key attributes is nothing but a super key. మీరు ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, స్టూడెంట్ సీరియల్ నెంబర్ అంతా కూడా యూనిక్ గా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఐ కెన్ మేక్ దిస్ వన్ ఇస్ అ కీ అట్రిబ్యూట్ అండ్ దిస్ వన్ ఆల్సో కీ అట్రిబ్యూట్ బట్ నాట్ నేమ్. Okay, because it will be like has the duplicate values. And yes, you can write here student email ID. Yes, and also we can make the combination like student serial number name. Ante eppudu kuda there is no like restriction that only one attribute should be a key attribute. No, maybe the combination of the 2 attributes which can gives us the unique record. Understood? So like that we'll get many number of combinations in the as a combinations of the key attributes for the entities defined as a super key. So in the law we have to choose the minimal set. Ante ikkada manaki one set key attributes unnai. One set key attribute ante student serial number and student roll number and student email ID. And even 2 set key attributes kuda untai. 2 set key attributes means 2 sets with the help of the 2 attributes, combination of 2 attributes, maybe student name and the student registered number, student name. Ala. So ippudu if you have defined this many of the attributes as key attributes, okay, then you have to choose which one is minimal. So one set key attribute ganaka unte you have to prefer one set key attribute. అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ one set key attributes ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 1 2 3 all will comes under as a candidate keys. ఎందుకంటే అవే మినిమల్ సెట్. Registered number, email ID. Okay, student serial number, student registered number, student email ID. So I can say now that is what the definition of the candidate key is. The minimal set of a super key is called as a candidate key. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మీరు సూపర్ కీస్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకోవాలి. సూపర్ కీ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకున్నాక ఆఫ్టర్ దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు select which one is minimal. Okay, maybe suppose in this case you will not get any one set key attribute, maybe 2 sets 3 set key attribute ఉండొచ్చు. అప్పుడు I'll get the candidate key which is minimal, that is 2 set key attribute. Okay, but here I'll get the minimal set of super keys called as student serial number, student register number, comma student email ID. Okay, all these three. But within all these three, I will select now one as a primary one, which is most important one. Okay, so it will be a primary key. Then what about the other key attributes from the candidate key? First of all, after we have defined the super key, we have to select the candidate keys. Okay, sorry, we have to note down the candidate key, and among the key attributes in the candidate keys, okay, you have to choose one attribute as a primary key, and then the remaining attributes in the candidate set, it can be called as alternative keys. Ante ikkada student register number is a primary key, and student serial number and student email ID will be become alternative keys. Understand now? Nalini? Okay, great. Yada? Okay, there was no doubts, right? And one thing is, as we had this foreign key, okay, not a problem, but I'll tell you. When we discuss the foreign key, I think you have done even the experiment on that. Let me share the whiteboard. So foreign key. To represent a foreign key, tell me students, how many of the tables that we need? 2. Yeah, good. So one will be like a parent key and one is child, one will be like a parent table, and the second one that will derive, that we can call it as a child table also. One thing is, we have just checked up to the insertion part. So, okay, maybe if you are going to represent a relationship between the student and course, student course, okay, na? Student number, that means roll number, student name, course ID, course name, and here we should have like the parent table reference, right? So student roll number, Here also I should have. And student age. Okay, fine. 1101, 1102, 1103. So like this. Supposition that there were three records. And if there was a student, then we can map that particular student to the course table, because here in this table, it has the data. So what the students have opted, that course ID, course name, with that details only will be there in the course table. Suppose there was no student, like while insertion, okay, it will just accept, because you have already referred this particular one to the primary key attribute of the parent table. So whatever the values that were existing in the main table, if you give those, then it will accept. Otherwise, it won't accept. This you have already checked. Okay, but what my question is, suppose assume that 301 and 303 some DBMS lab and 1101, 1102, maybe DBMS. Suppose if you wish to update this one, okay, update this one, then what will happen to this particular record? Okay, it also should get updated. We should not change like every time. If it was updated, then see, without changing manually, if it automatically updates, then it will be just benefit for us. Okay, so this can be possible using on update cascade. And it can be possible using on update cascade. Only small syntax is enough. This you have to put in the child table at the end of the syntax of the foreign key. You will write like this, right? Some foreign key of attribute, references, okay, main table of attribute. You will just type, no? So after then you just specify on update cascade. That's it. So all the updations will be gets affected. And even suppose maybe the first record which is written, okay, maybe it belongs. See, don't curse me. I'm just saying. Okay. Imagine that the number was not there in the list. Then what will happen? It should not be. See, if there was no student, then what is the use of maintaining a record in this? No. If you remove this, then if it automatically deletes that particular record in the child table also, then it will be get benefit for us. Okay, because already we have represented a relationship between the two tables, right? So it can also be possible using on delete cascade. On delete cascade. Understand, students? Say yes or no. Okay, thank you. And yeah, this was about the foreign key. Now, let me, because I think I missed about the cross product when we discuss about the set operators in the relational algebra, that I'll tell you. Mm, I think it's better to share my PPT. Wait a minute. See, in the relational algebra, I told you about this, right? About the set operators and all. We have executed this union difference. That means minus, union, intersect, minus. I'll tell you about the cross product now. What we will get the result. Let me clear this. Okay, fine. So, cross product, yes. So let it be, let us take the two tables and here just showing manually, R, yes. So let it take two attributes under R, R1, R2 and two more attributes under S, S1, S2. So if we perform the cross product in between these two, let us imagine that, no, we'll just enter. We'll take here three records. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. And here two records will take. I will get the output table with four attributes. Okay. The first record, okay, each and every record, it will just, okay, map with all the other tables records. See, suppose if we ping the first one, it will be mapped to all the records in the second table. So like this, we'll get the table as an output. That means all the combination, all the possible combinations, okay, from the first table of each record to all the records. So like that, for each and every record in the table 1, okay, it will be mapped to all the records in the second table. So cross product. So here the rows were there 3 into 2, so 6 number of rows you will get here as an output. So this was about the cross product. Okay, and what this logical database design, you know, right, already, how to convert the table into the syntax. See here, create table employees. So within this, access an integer, it's a primary key. See, here in this, the key attribute, it is defined at last. So you can also define like this, and at the side, at the attribute declaration also, you can make it as a primary key. So this is the that into the syntax format. And what else? Yes, we have here this views any of, you know, relational algebra, you know, and somewhere set operators, intersection, union, difference, cross product, renaming. Okay. Yeah, joints. Actually, we had two types of joints, algebraic joints and SQL joints. This SQL joins is a concept which was there in the third module. Will not execute all this, okay, with the symbol and all. This is for our understandable purpose. That's it. Okay. Anyhow, it was algebraic, so there was no syntax, SQL syntax for this to execute. Anyhow, we had the concept separately, but in this joins we have in algebraic format we have the three types of joins. Those are conditional join, equijoin, and normal natural joins. I'll give you the example. Yeah. So joins, suppose two persons are there. Okay, suppose two students. Maybe if they belongs to the same section, okay, they'll get joined together because they both belongs to the same section. Yes. Okay. So that is natural. Naturally, they'll become friends. And I can say it's a natural join without even having any of the similarities or any of the conditions. Yeah, it can be called as a natural. Whereas, yes, and what one more is, first is natural join and equijoin. See, I'm giving this one as an example, but we don't write it in the yes theory part. Okay, whatever the syntaxes that we have mentioned there, you just remember that. See, in the relational algebra for joins, this is the symbol, and equijoin maybe based on this like features. Maybe two girls will become friends, obviously, among four people. Okay, and two boys will become friends at first. Okay, so like that. Maybe equijoin, maybe conditional join will be there. Okay, based on conditions. Okay, so like that we had joins. All the joins are used to just combine the table. That's it. Okay, so let us go back to the theory part. I'll show you the notes. See, just remember the syntaxes. For conditional join, see, join is also nothing but you will get the cross product only, cross product results only. Suppose in the first table, maybe if there were three records and in the second table there were two records, then you will get like the cross product as a result. But here you will specify something along with the cross product. See, this is the cross. You can say this is the cross product symbol also. But for the conditional join, you will have this some condition here. Okay, after the specification of the symbol representation. That's it. So this join is defined to be a cross product followed by a selection. Which selection? Here there was an example. This is the condition, I think. If the sailor's SID is less than reserve SID. This is the condition. Okay, if there was any condition based upon that, it will be get joined. That's it. Equijoin. If the values are of same, okay, then you can we can even join naturally without specifying any of the conditions or equijoin and all. We'll get natural join. That means direct the cross product result. And this relational calculus for this exam it was excluded. Okay, and even though they have excluded, you have to go through like third module syllabus. I'll show you. Mm. So up to except. Except means minus only, set difference. Okay. So select commands, union, intersect, except, DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. Okay, all you all have executed. So up to here, you will have the syllabus for the second module test. Okay. Any doubts, students? I think I haven't shared this. Sorry. See up to accept. Yeah, sure. I will upload the PPTs also. Any doubts? No? Okay then. Students, if you don't have doubts, then you can leave the meeting. But I want to tell you one thing. Actually, uh, from today onwards, the attendance will be posted automatically. Okay, the software, it will not listen to you. Okay, it will not bother about your problems. You have to be in the session. The based on the time period that you have participated. So according to that, you will get the attendance. Because even I tried to post the attendance in the morning, uh, but I was unable to post it. The complete link was gone for the faculty. So you have to be careful and. Yes, for the labs and even for the theory class also, you need the attendance. That I want to tell you. That's it. Okay then. I'm ending the session now. Thank you all.